Hey guys, it's Janice at Ozark Family Homestead, and guess what? It's snowing. It's snowing a whole bunch. What do you think?
I love it.
I love it. So it's been snowing for probably an hour and a half, and it's supposed to snow for a total of about 12 hours. So what I was told by the weather dude is that it's supposed to lightly snow for the first couple hours of this and then get really hard and heavy, not blizzard, but kind of blizzard-like conditions later. So this is the light snow that they were referring to. And from my experience, this doesn't feel like light snow. It's accumulating very quickly. So we're an hour and a half into this, and I thought I might take you guys along with me a little bit today as we're doing this. What are you doing down there?
I'm trying to make a small little snowman.
A small little snowman. Okay. So my thinking at this point is I'm just going to take you guys around, and now I got Wesley up here too, as we're doing what we're doing. So I did not go and do a crazy emergency grocery shopping. As far as bread, milk, and eggs, I am making bread right now in the kitchen. I just finished, I've already ground up the spelt, and I'm getting ready, or I've just finished doing the hard red wheat, but I don't have the hard red wheat mixed in with the spelt just yet. So bread is in process. Milk comes from Daisy the cow out in the stanchion every morning, and eggs come from our chickens and ducks. So check, check, check on the bread, milk, and eggs. But we've stocked up with everything else that we might need, and we've got the wood stove keeping the house warm. So we'll just see how things go. We'll see how much snow we get. I am curious how much we're going to get. So the local schools have all been called off already for tomorrow. So obviously, since we homeschool, we'll probably still do some school, but children will play outside as well too. But we'll see how things go, and we'll take you all along with us. So here we go. So I've got children outside playing. I've got a 4-year-old taking a nap, which is lovely on a day like this. Andrew's finishing up his math for today. Sarah's doing mending up in the sewing room. Laundry has been folded. I've still got heavier stuff hanging up there. And this is the state of my kitchen right now. So bread is in process. That's what this is here. And the plan for tonight is biscuits and gravy for supper tonight. And then I may do some scrambled eggs as well, using the water glassed eggs. We're still using those. Anytime we are doing scrambled eggs or eggs in like a baked dessert or something, we use these. And we are keeping our eggs coming in fresh for things like fried eggs and mayonnaise. That's what I'm setting those aside for. So I am going to get back to work on my bread. And I think Shawn was talking about taking you all outside and showing you something new that we're doing outside. So he may snatch the camera from me next.
Well, we made a pretty good improvement here on the farm. We've been using square bales for years. We're still probably going to use a lot of square bales periodically, but we have found a supplier for round bales. And so we are going to be incorporating as many round bales as we can into the farm. Now, we don't have a big tractor to move them, and the way we're set up, it wouldn't matter. Even if I did, I really can't move round bales around to the different pins because the pins are just too small for that. So what we're doing with these round bales is just basically keep them in place and then tear off of them. You know, we can just pull them, take them apart, and then take them one wagon load at a time where we need these animals. So the bale behind me is about 1,200 pounds. It is a significant cost savings in using these, and we are so blessed that we found someone local in the area that's agreed to sell us some round bales and deliver them. So this has been fantastic for us. So he dropped a few off here, and I was going to show you. I'm going to walk over here and show you how there was another one right beside that one. So right before this snow started, Andrew and I actually just started rolling one. Never rolled a round bale before. I never really fooled with them before. And it's heavy, it's tough, but we managed to do it. So I'm just going to try to show you. We came back here to the implement shed, and we just rolled it right in to the shed. You can see it behind me. It kind of fits perfectly, and we took the netting off of it, and we're just gonna start ripping into it, taking little wagons and putting it in the feeders. And we're just really thrilled to have made this improvement here on the farm. It's just always a way to try to find a way to do things better, and these round bales are really going to be a blessing here on the homestead for the animals.
Sam's unloading the dishwasher. The wind is blowing snow. Can you guys see that? The wind blowing that. Andrew, you getting distracted? And I got children playing card games in here. So that's what we're doing, and baby girl's still snoozing. Still snowing. And Shawn went outside. I don't even know what he went outside for. I don't recall at this point. But he'll be back in a little bit. That's what he's doing. He's trying to get a little head start on scraping that off. So there you go. I gotta get back to my bread. Look at the wind, just blowing stuff off the roof. It's not coming down in sheets like that. It's that stuff coming off the roof. Okay, we're gonna step outside here real quick. Shawn's still sweeping off the concrete here, but I wanted to film a little bit more before it got too dark. So it's been snowing for probably a little over 3 hours or so at this point, and it's definitely wintry looking. I don't know if it shows up on video. There are big snowflakes, and it's coming down pretty decent, and it is supposed to do this all night long until maybe about 3 a.m. or so. And what I plan to do is I'll film a little bit more maybe this evening, and then in the morning I'll come back and I'll show you guys just how deep did it end up getting. We'll see. Did you wake up? Did you have a good nap? Yeah? Oh, you still have a sleepy face though. Did you look out the window? What's it been doing?
That's why it is snowing a lot.
It is snowing a whole bunch. And it's supposed to snow in the nighttime when we're sleeping too.
Why?
Because that's what it is. Lots of snow. And when we get up in the morning, you can look out the window and see how much did we get. What do you think? Little bit or a whole bunch? Whole bunch. What are you going to do in the snow?
Home.
What's that mean?
Build snowman.
Build a snowman. All right. Are you getting hungry for supper? Biscuits and gravy? I've got, oh yes. I've got bread going in the oven too. So we'll have bread soon. Okay, so at this point I have tea ready for another batch of kombucha. There's a whole video on making kombucha. I'll put it in the description box. The ground turkey is in the skillet. This is our big monster. I mean, I don't know if you can tell just how big it is. This is our monster size skillet, and I put a homemade sausage seasoning in there, and I'll put the link for the homemade sausage seasoning video in the description box. In that same video, there's also homemade baking powder and taco seasoning as well. The bread is in the oven. It's gonna have, I'm gonna reset this for probably 5 more minutes after that timer goes off. And then I've started getting out some eggs. These are water glassed eggs. This is what there's a calcium lime solution in there with water. And so there's still eggs in there. If you look, you can probably see them through the white. These were put in buckets back in May. And this 2-gallon bucket can hold 6 dozen eggs. And I have a video on water glassing eggs. So this is what we use all winter long. It keeps us from buying eggs. That's my bread timer. I'm gonna set it for 5 more minutes, Sarah. This is what keeps us from buying eggs through the winter time. We just use what we get in the spring. So I'm gonna continue washing some of these up. I just pull them out, rinse them under cold water, and then I sit them here on the towel, and this is what I will use for scrambled eggs tonight. Where had you been? Where did you go? Are you hiding? She said she wanted to go outside after her nap, even though it was getting dark, which it's dark outside now. Was it cold? You have pink cheeks. She went outside with Anna. Not too long. She stayed out a little longer than I thought she would make it, but you gonna come in and get warm? Get those boots out to the garage. You'll make a mess on Mama's floor. So Sarah just put a batch of biscuits in the oven. I've got eggs washed up and bread just came out, and I've gone ahead and sliced some up because I have children begging for hot bread with butter. So guys, I have 4 pieces ready in here. Abigail? You're a wreck. Look at you. You want some hot bread and butter? Yay! All right, got a plate made up here so y'all can see what supper is looking like tonight. Scrambled eggs from our chickens and some milk from Daisy the cow there. Homemade biscuits, using up buttermilk that was left over from making butter. You coming in to get a plate? Mm-hmm. So this is some of the butter we're making up from Daisy's milk. I'm getting a really good supply of it, keeping it in the freezer. And since we did have extra buttermilk, you want to say hi? Hi. Are you hungry? Mm-hmm. Biscuits and gravy? Sarah made extra biscuits because we had buttermilk, extra buttermilk that needed to be used up. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get everybody eating. I had some leftover soup here. Some just wanted soup on a cold night. So soup is an option as well. And there's the gravy. So this is it, guys. We will be back in the morning, I guess, and just see how much snow we got, if we're snowed in. Can we get out the front door? I guess we'll see. Good morning, guys. New day. So I did not film at the beginning of the day because we are hustling, bustling in the morning, and it is really, really hard for me to get all the things done that need to get done and still pick up a camera. So I'm in a little bit of a lull right now, and we got a lot of snow last night. I can tell you we got a lot. Where I'm at right now is the milking crew has not made it inside yet. This morning the milking crew is Sarah, Andrew, and Anna. David is in here getting milk jars cream skimmed off of milk jars, and we're getting jars set aside. When they come back in, Sarah processes the milk, so I've got all this set aside for Sarah. Coffee has been made, everybody is dressed, teeth brushed, beds made, all the things that we just get our day started with. So there's some preliminary stuff that's already been done. Abigail went out to we do give some milk to the animals, so she is dispensing milk to some animals, and Rebekah is going along with her this morning because there's snow outside. Samuel has already done dishwasher and some kitchen cleanup, and he has moved on to other things. So that's kind of where everybody, Shawn is home too. It's a snow day, so he's here too. I am doing an experiment. So this is our first time utilizing one of our goats for food for our family. But it was how do I say this on YouTube? He was not a wether, and for those of you that know what that means he was not banded when he was young, so he was an intact male goat. and there is some debate over whether the meat from an intact male goat is edible or what. I'm cooking some of that meat up this morning, intending to use it for lunch if it is edible. If not, I'm going to pull out some ground beef and we'll go to plan B. Oh, I can see Sarah coming in with a heavy, heavy bucket of milk. So, okay, we're about to go into another phase of busyness this morning, but I'll give you an update on the goat meat, if it turned out to be edible or not. Shawn is scraping off the concrete pad in front of the door right now, and we'll move on with the day. So, here we go again. Okay, you gonna see how much we got? Put the one side down first, right? What's it go up to? 4.5? Is that all? I thought we were gonna get a bunch more. Oh, there you see her do a face plant. It was Abigail. Oh, so it's very cold outside.
You can see the snow outside.
Yep, it went up to about there. So I wonder if we can do snow ice cream.
I'm hoping so.
You hope so? So they're taking a little break here and playing. They still got, there's some more animal jobs to do, but we have another animal crew that goes out. Look at Rebekah, she's loving it out here. Oh, that girl. She's been excited over the snow. All right, we'll get the rest of the animals taken care of, and then I'm gonna get started on breakfast, guys. So, pancakes for breakfast?
Yeah.
That'll work? Okay. All right, breakfast is ready. Some have already made up plates, so pancakes are missing, but they've got butter out here. This is some of the butter we make from Daisy's milk, from the cream. So we've got that, and then we've got 3 different types of syrups. This is just regular maple syrup. This is blackberry syrup that we received as a gift, and then this was apple jelly that didn't gel, so it's apple syrup, and we use it on pancakes as well. So we're gonna eat. We're gonna do some read alouds for school, and then we're gonna get into our school day here. It has been a hectic morning with the snow. It makes the outside chores go a little slower, but we're trying to get back on track here. So we're gonna get some children fed and then move on with our day. All right, moving on to school now. Breakfast is done. We did read alouds. We read, we did some Mad Libs. We read some more out of 2 Samuel. I almost said 2 Kings. 2 Samuel in scriptures. And then we had a literature book that I was supposed to have read yesterday but didn't, so we did it this morning. And now we're splitting up, doing some math, and I'm going to do some work in the living room with Abigail. Second load of laundry. Had to use the dryer today because I do not have room for all the stuff to hang in front of the wood stove. So using the dryer today too, but that's it. We move on. We do the next thing. I think it's 27 degrees outside. It is sunshiny, so some of the snow will probably be melting, and we're hoping to do snow ice cream maybe later on today at some point before we lose too much of the snow. So gonna go do homeschool now. Okay, lunch. So I'm done with school with Abigail, but I still have others that are still doing school. David's at the table. I think Anna's got some stuff going on, and Andrew as well. So lunch is homemade hamburger helper. We've got a grain-free version here. These are with chickpea pasta, and then a regular version here with regular elbow macaroni. So I will try to put the recipe in the description box for our homemade hamburger helper. There's some Daisy butter in there that's still melting. Of course, we use the Daisy milk. And I'll put a link. I have the cheddar cheese powder in our Amazon storefront, and I will put that in the description box, or I'll pin a comment below for that. So we are going to make up some bowls, eat, and then spend our afternoon doing other things. Can y'all see him out there? She's trying to keep her back to him so he can't hit her with the snowball. Ah, there they go. Take off running. Rebekah's happy with the sled. Oh, they're gonna come inside here in a little bit, and they're gonna be cold, and they're gonna be hungry. So we'll have to deal with snacks here in a little bit. So I still have children outside playing in the snow. Not all of them. Some are reading, some are doing school. Sarah took some pictures today. She's looking at all her pretty pictures that she took. And I am going to start making some yogurt and butter. So setting the cream out to get it warmed up to more of a room temperature, and we'll start shaking these up and turning this cream into butter and buttermilk. And I'm also going to skim the cream off this and get a batch of yogurt going at the same time. So Daisy's giving us about 2.5 gallons of milk per day, and we do have some extra every day, and it really, keeping up with the dairy is kind of a job, but I'm grateful to have it. So we're going to do that. I have some more of the goat meat. Oh, by the way, it was good. I don't know if I mentioned that in the homemade hamburger helper. Goat meat was good. Did not have a goaty taste to it or anything like that. So yay. That was awesome. And I have some more thawing out for supper tonight. So I'm going to get to work skimming some cream, and when children come inside, I have some stuff laid out for snack. There is one lonely pancake left that someone will end up eating this afternoon. There are some of these peanuts that we were sent, and they're a big hit. So they'll be eating on those, having some fruit, and I have some apple cider that I had gotten from Sam's Club a while back that I can pull in as well, because I think they're going to be hungry and tired when they come in. And my plan is then we can sit down and divide up all these jars of cream and put in a, I have a science DVD, so we can kind of do double duty. Get butter made and get a little bit of schoolwork thrown in there at the same time. So that's the plan. I'm going to get to work over here now. I don't know if you all can see on the camera the cream lines right there, if you all can see that. This is all the milk down here, and this is what I'm wanting to skim off right up here. So use the cream and coffee, and make ice cream and sour cream, and of course butter. So I just used up the last of the buttermilk with the pancakes this morning. So Sarah did the biscuits last night that used up some buttermilk, and then the pancakes this morning used up the last of that. And now we are going to have some more, because we are going to have a fresh batch of buttermilk after this butter gets made up today and this yogurt gets made up. Anna's already been asking if we can have yogurt for breakfast tomorrow morning, so I keep a rotating stash of it there. This yogurt that I make today will end up being the newest in the stash, and we will consume the oldest in the stash tomorrow morning with breakfast. And we'll put granola, homemade granola in it, and some honey and some frozen berries and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, I want to see if I can show you guys this. I am getting to the bottom of the cream here. So this is the cream, and when I take this ladle and I skim stuff off, you'll start to see a difference in the color. It might be a little bluish, and that'll show you where the cream is ending. Okay, so I'm taking that. Let me see. Didn't see too much of it that time. Let's dump that in there. Okay. It's a little more difficult doing this. Okay, can you see that bluish? They're behind the ladle. Behind the ladle as I'm skimming. Okay, let me try it again. As I move the ladle, look behind it from where I just came, and you should be able to see, here I'm going to move it, look behind. Can you see the difference there where the milk is underneath that cream? I hope it turned out. It's hard for me to actually skim and hold the camera in the right spot at the same time. So I'm just trying to skim the top. You see that blue? Can you see? Okay, hopefully one of these turns out. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera down and finish my work here. I'm much more efficient whenever I'm not filming.
So I'm walking back here to the back side of the property to where the deep spring is. Y'all have seen the deep spring before on videos, but don't believe we've ever showed it when covered in snow. Of course, we don't get snow back here that much, and when we do, we're usually kind of tied up and not going back here on the back side of the property. But I thought I'd take a little bit of time and come back here. I tell you what, hiking back here to this spring really makes you appreciate, you know, kind of the modern things that we have today. You know, where you can just have electricity and running water, and we just take these things for granted. Can't imagine if it was, you know, like it was 100 years ago and earlier, where you'd have to have something like a well that's been dug or a spring. And with weather like this, you'd have to be hiking back there with your buckets just to wherever that water was. So this would be a long, cold trip if this was the method you had to depend on to get your fresh water when the weather is bad. It's pretty cold. I'm looking at tracks. I can see all kinds of different animal tracks here on the ground. Not being from up north, I don't know my snow animal tracks. You know, what animal tracks look like in the snow is really differs from, you know, just on regular ground. So I really don't know what animals that left those tracks in the snow. But there's things moving around out here. Well, I'm coming up here on the deep spring. And while normally I always think of that spring water as being so cold, it's obviously warmer than freezing temperatures out here. So there's the spring leading out. And I really wouldn't expect the spring to freeze over just by the nature of that constant water temperature that's always coming up out of there. So even in freezing cold weather, you know, this would be a place that you could get water that's not froze over if we had to. But it's just really neat to see it in the snow because like I said, with us not getting snow that often, this is just kind of a unique perspective to get to see things like this back here.
Just an update, we are working on getting this turned into butter, and here's the one that I was just working on. You can see there's the butter in there, and then that buttermilk pulling up there on the side. So we'll get to work on straining that out. I do have the yogurt cooling right there. And this is all ready. I've got a whole video on making yogurt. I'll put the link in the description box and you can see the whole process that I use. I don't use an Instant Pot or the oven or a crock pot or anything like that. I use a fleece blanket. It's back there and it just sits on the counter overnight wrapped up in that blanket. But I'll put a link in the description box for that. And then right now I've just got everybody else. Rebekah's snoozing in the recliner back there, but everybody else is just working on making some butter. Andrew's multitasking. He's checking out parts for the Jeep at the same time with the computer. And they're watching a biology DVD thing there too. So multitasking and getting things done. All right, an update. Butter, everything is been shaken up and separated. Buttermilk. Sarah's working on the actual, this part. They're getting the butter, actually all the buttermilk out and all that stuff. So she's working on that. I've got supper made up here. This one here, that's a lasagna soup. That's what we're having. Lasagna soup with the more of the ground up goat meat. And this one here is grain free with more of those chickpea pasta there. So a little pot of grain free and a big pot of normal just penne pasta noodles there. So I'm pretty sure, Sarah, do you remember, did we do a recipe? We did a video on lasagna soup, didn't we? Okay, yes, she says yes. So we should have a video in the description box for lasagna soup, and I'll put the link there. This is yogurt. It is going to sit there overnight. Lots of jars and stuff to clean up. And the biscuits that Sarah had made up yesterday, using up some of the buttermilk, we threw some in the wall oven here and just reheated some. So we're going to do that. Now the cheese I put in the lasagna soup are the ends of the Parmesan cheese blocks. I had never heard of using the end pieces, and you all told me in the comments that it was possible, so I've been trying it. I think what I'm going to do, I've been keeping them in the freezer. As we get the ends, I have a little baggie, I keep it in the freezer, but they don't melt well when I put them in big chunks. So I was trying to, chop them all up into smaller pieces. I think I'm going to let these thaw and put them through our handy dandy little cheese grater thing to get small little pieces, and I think that'll be easier so that next time when I make whatever, lasagna soup or whatever, it'll melt easier. So that's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna make up bowls and get everybody in here and then start shutting it down for the day. You want to be in the video too? There's Rebekah! Do we still have snow outside? Yep. Yes, we do. This is the third day filming. So we did the first day when it started raining or snowing in the afternoon, then all day yesterday, and then today. You want to show them your headband? It is a pretty one, isn't it? You get sparkles on your head. So we're going to go ahead and end the video here. There's still snow everywhere outside. Very little of it melted yesterday. We did have some sunshine, but it never got above freezing. So, and it's not supposed to get above freezing today. So local schools and everything have all canceled school for the whole week. So Shawn won't be going to work, and we're just gonna stick around here. Of course, I've got plenty of food on hand, so there's security in that. We will eat well. Daisy gave us 2 gallons of milk this morning, right, Sarah? Yep, 2 gallons of milk this morning, and we're gonna have yogurt for breakfast. It is in process right now. The animal crew is outside finishing up caring for the animals, and we're just gonna move on with our day. Homeschool in the morning, and then house jobs, food jobs, homestead jobs in the afternoon. That's kind of our routine. I feel like our days, some of you might see our days as monotonous or boring. Same thing, same thing. Oh, she's making lasagna soup again. Oh, they're doing butter again. And I like that they're like that. I like the routine. I like the monotony. I really do. So we're going to do it again today. And we're going to be productive, but we're all going to do our part. and get things done. So while I have you here, I did want to say thank you to 2 people specifically. I've received gifts. Miss Dawn, we did receive the the Valentine coloring magnet pages for the girls, and they love them. So thank you for that. And then Miss Lynette, the table tennis set arrived, and that is so much fun. So thank you, ladies, for those. I didn't have any other way to contact you to say thank you, so that's why I'm putting it here in the video. I do want you to know we did receive it, so appreciate you all very, very much. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here and get some yogurt done and start school. Today's read aloud is Bible and then history. This little girl just stole, what did you take?
A strawberry.
A strawberry out of the frozen fruit bag. So that's what's going on in the background here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with our family. And I will see you guys. Oh, I forget things. Thumbs up, do the like things. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Double check that you are subscribed. YouTube unsubscribes people and I don't know why. So please just double check if you intend to be subscribed. Make sure it's there. And then if you could share our videos, share our family's channel, just tell people about Ozark Family Homestead so our channel can continue to grow. So thanks a lot, you guys. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Ozark.